basically so simple. And the thing is that many times we overthink things. It's easy to overthink things, and if we're not careful, we can overthink something. And it's like some of I have a friend of mine that I bowl with, and he's a very good bowler, a very high average, and he gets to overthinking things, and I catch him, he'll go by me and he'll say, just roll the ball, stupid, roll the ball, stupid. It's really not rocket science, but the human, it's like our cars, and computers and things like that. A lot of times we think the more the better it is, and I heard it's got so many buttons and deals on it, I don't know how to operate none of them. And we tend to, have you seen some of the new mouse traps and things like that? And the mouse traps have been designed for a long time. It's a real simple process, and we try to improve on it. It doesn't work. The more switches and electrical and we tend to complicate things. And it's kind of like living for God. It's really not rocket science. There and sit down and take a nap, and yeah, so I can't help you. And now you have to have a computer to do everything. And we have complicated our lives. And as we go to Philippians 2, 1 through 7, Paul said, if there be any consolation, if there be any consolation in Christ, if any comfort of love, any fellowship of the Spirit, any bowels of mercy, he said, verse 2, he said, fulfill you my joy that you might be like-minded, have the same love, being of one accord and one mind. In other words, we got to be in unison, and we've got to be in one mind and one accord. Being in one mind and one accord is not like being in a carload of people and say, where do y'all want to eat? That's the definition of confusion. And you get all of these deals, and you either get 10 different suggestions, or you get everybody's, I don't know, I don't care. And when they do that, I just say, okay, we're going to McDonald's. No, we don't want to, no. Get out of my way. I was passing a guy the other day, and a guy come up behind me driving. Of course, he was from Texas. They drive faster than everybody else, seemed like. And he's flashing his lights. And I thought, when he flashed his lights, I thought, And I didn't know the road belonged to him, that I was impeding. I didn't know that, and I'm sorry. And that's the attitude and the mindset of the world. And we've got to realize that's not the mind that we want to have. And he said in verse 4, he said, look not every man on his own things, but let every man also on the things of others. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to get in your brother's business. Because some people, we're talking about, and that there's a lot of times people want to give you advice, and that's good, and that's fine. And people, 99.9% of the people that give you advice mean well. They really do. They mean well. But the key is that, and the thing that I like to look at when I'm receiving advice, like married 5 times does not make you a marriage counselor. The people that to me I want to listen to are the people like Brother Bill Smith that had been married, 70 years before he passed away. And this is the type of individual that in his relationship with his wife, he went like 18 years before he ever told his wife he didn't like mayonnaise. Anybody remember that story? It was like 18 years. And finally he said, honey, I don't like mayonnaise on my sandwich. Well, why didn't you tell me? 18 years. Now, I don't recommend that. But he waited 18 years to tell his wife he didn't like mayonnaise on his sandwich. And it's like, I went to work one day and I was eating my sandwich and I looked in there and there was bread and cheese and nothing else. And I went home that afternoon and I told my wife, I felt like I need to tell you this story. And I was kind of getting on to her and she said, well, you've been eating them like that for 2 days. We're out of meat. What do you say then? Oops. But we got to be concerned about other people, but we need to be concerned about people in the way that Jesus was concerned. He cared about what was going on in the world. When somebody has something bad that happens to them, we need to be compassionate.